sports. Meantime, National Border Patrol Council President Brandon Judd said this migrant surge is the worst that he's witnessed in 24 years. He joins me now. Brandon, you see that report from Edward. You see where the wall stops. He's telling us we've got the funds to complete it, yet the administration doesn't want to use the money to finish the project. Obviously, it's got its own agenda. On day one, it started encouraging people to migrate, and now they're migrating. And so why is everybody shocked here?
They shouldn't be shocked, and I don't know that the Democrats really are shocked. I'm going to take you back to my early days when I was a Border Patrol agent in Naco, Arizona. You know, I'm going on 24 years as a Border Patrol agent, but in Naco, Arizona, we were arresting over 100,000 illegal border crossers a year just in a small area. We built walls. Those numbers dropped from 100,000 a year down to less than 10,000 a year. So again, walls work. The Biden administration, they knew that this was going to happen, but they didn't put anything in place. I just didn't know that they understood that it was going to happen as quickly as what it did.
That's interesting. Because we're looking at the figures, and for February, there were 100,000 apprehensions of migrants trying to cross the border. That's up 28% from January. That is a huge spike.
No, it is. And when you look at a crisis, if you want to define it as a crisis, what you have to look at is are the Border Patrol resources being overwhelmed? Do we have enough people to do the job that we need to do to secure the border? And the fact right now is no, we don't. We're pulling our agents off the line. We're putting them in processing centers to effectually be security guards to these individuals that we've arrested. And we're stripping the line of our agents, which creates these artificial gaps that criminal cartels can then exploit. That is, in fact, the definition of a crisis.
And let's talk about, you know, the regular issues aside. Let's talk about what's happening in the middle of a pandemic as we're trying to recover here. Texas has been criticized for trying to open its businesses back up at 100% capacity, and also, you know, for saying you don't necessarily have to wear a mask if you're not comfortable with it. Yet at the same time, we've got migrants crossing the border, no corona tests, no checking out, nothing like that, just potentially bringing disease into the country.
Yeah, this is extremely concerning, and frankly, I think it's very hypocritical. When you look at the number of people that we're arresting, just yesterday, it's reported that we arrested one group that had over 100 people in that group. 10% were exhibiting symptoms. They were taken to a hospital, and they, in fact, tested positive for COVID. So, yes, this is a super spreader, if you want to use that word. These people that are crossing the border illegally, we don't know who they are. We don't know what diseases they're bringing into the country. Yet it seems that nobody cares about that, but they want to restrict American citizens. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and during the Obama administration, we saw a similar kind of policy and a similar shift at the border as well. At that time, we called it a humanitarian crisis. So what's different now?
Well, the difference is it's worse. So back in 2014, the humanitarian crisis, it was basically just unaccompanied minors. Now we're seeing unaccompanied minors. We're seeing family units with very small children. We're seeing people from countries like Haiti, Venezuela. We're seeing people that are completely different than what we saw in 2014, but it's a much bigger issue now. So again, we have to look at this and we have to say, what are the solutions? And there are solutions available. It's whether or not the administration is going to have the political will to implement those solutions.
Let me just ask you a final point here. You see the pictures that Edward was showing us where the wall literally stopped. You actually have people out there who still deny that a wall was built, but that's a separate issue. And you just see that open space. As somebody in your role, in your position, who's been fighting to keep the country safe, how does that make you feel?
It's upsetting. It's very frustrating to the frontline agents to know that we have in our hands the resources that are necessary to secure the border, but an administration isn't allowing us to do that. That is frustrating, and it should be frustrating to the American people as well.
And that's what it sounded like in Neil's interview that we came in with, that the residents in the area are feeling the same, you know, the same frustration. Really tough situation. We appreciate you coming on to talk about it today.
Good to be with you.
Thanks.